Hello, everybody. Welcome to Memory Card Radio.
That's like too
When we
good.
get all musical about it, you can't beat it.
I decided there towards the end, I'm like, I think the best way for us to end this note is if I assume the role of conductor and end it for us spontaneously.
I was enjoying my little Conker's Bad Fur Day sound effect. It's
Wow,
just like
that's obscure sound.
Is that obscure?
That's not a sound
Dave?
people
I don't know my sound
generally know.
effects from Conquer. I don't know my Conquer sound effects.
Fucking.
I gotta say.
guess
I'm guessing it sounds like this. Dunk.
Do you
That's
put the
a
sound
conch.
effects in an album and listen to them?
It was
A coconut's involved.
It was specifically the goblin sound I was trying to make. The one who says piss at one point.
Yeah, I know the one.
That's a bad. I don't think you should say that.
I heard about that gob.
I look like a fucking dork without shit.
It's okay. I was like kind of like, I was like looking for a job, right? And I'm like, okay, I probably gotta shave. You know, someone's gonna hire me, but no, don't.
They told me I
What the
could
fuck
keep
out.
the goatee, but the problem was that they told me specifically it had to be the same length every fucking day, and I said,
What?
Okay, there
You
was
can
a
keep
weird.
the goatee, but make sure it's exactly the same. What a weird rule.
I have a rule like that at a previous job that I will share with you. It's equally as weird. Okay,
Yeah.
so I worked at this job where I sold shoes in a certain place. I don't want to like name them on the show
"Shoot!"
because they were otherwise. It was a good job, but the
Fuck
rule
'em.
for
you
facial
don't have to cover
hair.
your ass if you're not naming them. Go ahead and talk as much shit as you want.
I'm not
Dude, yeah,
going to
man.
talk shit about my job because I have a shirt.
That's true. Wherever you work. The rule there for beards was if you already have a beard, when you get there, you can wear that. But if you don't have a beard, then you can't grow one or something. It was like, everyone was like, what the fuck?
I think it was probably the same
Weird.
rule,
It's
honestly.
completely messed
This is
up.
why I
It's
don't
awful.
work retail anymore, because it's like, it's just, there's so many stupid fucking rules, you end up feeling like a child.
Like, I sell
They don't
shoes,
want you
dude.
to have... What it is that they want you clean shaven or to have the thing that you're going
They want
for.
you to, like,
But the
dedicate.
in-between
They
is
don't want-
disgusting. They think you look like a slob in between. Like you just
Oh,
never
that's
shave.
probably what it is.
That's exactly
Because when
what
I'm
it
in
is.
between, like, I'm getting close to that level where it's like, I'm in between beard and no beard, and I look like a fucking bum.
I look like a goddamn ball sack when I
But
do
see,
that.
I prefer having that look because I am what I look like when I do that. But when I'm clean shaven like this,
It
I
works
look
for
like
you.
A fucking nah.
It works for you because you have, like, some blonde in your facial hair. My facial hair is dark, and my mustache is the thickest thing.
Yeah,
And so
same.
that comes in first, and I look fucking, like, it's already happening. You can see, I look fucking awful right now. I hate it. I want to
You
get
look
off the
fine
show.
for the record, but yeah, my mustache does this.
Well,
shit.
it gets, like, in a week, if I were to go another week without shaving, I look like a fucking child molester.
Same.
Here's my question: why is it that like main characters of movies or fucking video games or whatever, they all have shaven faces and they look fine? Like it's, but you see a real human being do it, and I look disgusting.
I think maybe it has something to do with like the way people design character. If you were like designing a character, it's like I guess character designers haven't paid enough mind to like make a main character with a really weak jawline like me or something. Like, that shit just
guess.
doesn't happen as much. So like you see everyone who looks amazing.
Like no
Without
one
a
looks
beard,
at
yeah.
Nathan
Fuck you.
Drake and says
Yeah.
you need a goatee.
He doesn't
Like,
need
no
one,
one
'cause it's-
said that.
Though he's got that jawline.
He does. He got a
got that
really
good jaw?
nicely shaped face.
You don't want to cover that up. Although, the thing about a beard is if you don't have it for a long time and people get used to it, and then you suddenly do have it, everyone's like, oh shit, he's got a beard now.
Yeah.
Like,
Whoa.
he's gone
got
through
it.
some shit.
Whoa.
And he's fucking, yeah, like that's, but it's not a thing that you stick to forever. You do it for like 6 months and then you're back to normal. But if you're always bearded and then you shave, people
Go
are
back.
like, what? What's wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
Exactly.
the fuck are you?
Go back.
So that's kind of a weird,
I feel like that's
Inconsistency.
the beauty of in between.
Yeah.
Is when you have a beard, you are a beard. You have to commit to it. That is your life. You're fucking.
you're a beard boy. You can't go back.
If you don't have it, you
beer
look
boys.
like a child. And if you
cheers
have
like
the
3
little
times.
spot, and like the reason I had a goatee, it made me look a little white trash. But I like it because I feel like it gives me just enough to age me a little bit. It gives me just what I need.
Yep.
Sure.
Fits it, even though I look like a redneck. But I'm from West Virginia, so
sorry,
it's gonna
man, you
happen.
fit right in.
You look fine, boy.
You look like
I'm
a
now
real
more
boy.
out of character.
You wear gym shorts,
West
so we know
Virginia.
you're not a redneck.
I'm not wearing gym shorts. These are quality Domino's
Oh, these aren't gym shorts. Okay.
pants I bought at Walmart.
Ooh.
Eric.
Walmart.
Yeah,
We've been playing.
that's a good question.
Other than the Domino's Pizza Boy game.
I didn't go back to Yakuza. I said I was gonna. I didn't do it.
You gotta take a break?
I taken
the
my
past
break.
like 4 episodes, that's all you have to talk about is Yakuza. So
I've
that's good. That's
taken
refreshing.
A break.
So what are you playing?
I'm going back to it.
So now you're playing Sleeping Dogs.
No, what I'm going back.
That's the only
to,
other Asian game I can come up with.
I never played the last patch, so I'm going back to Final Fantasy 14 because
Jesus Christ!
What? It's a patch.
From one vice to another.
Here's the thing.
Let's break these over.
It's gonna take
right
me
now.
fucking 6 hours, and I'm gonna be done. Like it's not a lot of content that I have to go through.
Sure.
But like I don't know. I'm getting excited for 15. I realize 15's right around the corner. So I'm playing the MMO, and I'm like, yeah, I'm in a mood. I'm ready for this game.
So 14's the one that came out before it.
14's
Technically-
the MMO, kind of like 11 was.
How much you know about Final Fantasy?
You are correct.
Yeah, I mean, the only reason I know 11 was an MMO is because I had a friend who played it on his PS2 so fucking much for like 5 years. And he had a keyboard plugged into his PS2. I didn't know you could do that.
Yeah.
Like a regular USB keyboard. And he was talking to people. He made all kinds of friends. When he was done, when he finally put it away, he showed me how much time he had logged on it. 2 years.
Yeah, I don't have
2 years of hours on a
to worry
game.
about that.
It was just
I've
on.
I've only
Fucking
seen that
hours.
once in my life. It was my friend Adam in high school. His World of Warcraft account was fucking.
That's a problem when you do that.
Nuts. I remember the first time we were in high school. Back then in high school, he had 100 days logged on to his one of his characters. His main on WoW had 100 days. In high
Here's
school.
what I learned.
That's great.
That was like
Greg.
2008, probably.
Right. Back when World of Warcraft was kind of, I don't know if it was new then.
It was
but
bigger then.
It was bigger.
It was
yeah.
way bigger. This
I
was
feel
like
like-
Burning Crusade just came, like the first expansion just came out.
The
Basically.
good thing about Final Fantasy 14 is I feel like because it's story driven, you don't like unless you really care about end game raids, which I don't. Fucking, it doesn't take that long to do the content that you gotta do. I mean, there's a shit ton to do, but like I've probably put in 120 hours, which is a lot, but that's a game and an expansion.
Not bad.
And I'm caught up other than this last patch. And the reason is because they offer what I call the pussy raid, which is a raid that anyone can beat and is designed to be beaten.
I don't know if I approve of it.
And you can just do it. Well, you get the story out of it, and then they add mechanics for the hard one that people work their ass off to get.
Okay.
But I'm
like a little
casual.
intro.
I don't care.
Yeah, man.
I just want the plot, and I want to see the content, and then I'm done. Fuck off.
What have you been playing, Maxie?
Man, I've been doing two things kind of at once. I've been trying to finish Dead Space. Been progressing a little bit.
first one?
Yeah,
Yes.
still playing.
So you
first
haven't
one.
finished it. This is new for you.
Yeah, I'm like pretty close to the end. I think.
What a great game.
I'm like 1 or 2 chapters from the end. I think.
I almost
looked at it a
platinumed
little
that
bit.
game. That was a game that I played. This was the first like platinum I was going for, and for whatever reason I got distracted and I didn't finish it. But I got like I think I'm sitting at like 85% or something. Mm-hmm. So good ass game, man.
Yeah, man. I've been playing that.
Fucking scary. Fucking.
It's crazy.
It's got a little bit of aliens. Mm-hmm. It's got. I mean the environment.
It's
you know.
got my favorite thing about it is that fucking that they push that bullet conservation thing. Like that becomes a lot of the difficulty. Like think Resident Evil, like original Resident Evil games,
yeah.
like where it was all about like okay, I don't want to like spend all my bullets just shooting crazy at these zombies because I'll be out. And you'll be out, so you're carefuler, and it's like
Necromorph.
yeah.
And I kind of like it because in that game people forget the main character Isaac doesn't say a fucking word in the whole game.
I like
He just
them both
screams
in
when he
1 and
dies,
2,
but that's
though.
it.
I feel like in both cases he works fine.
Yeah, it's fine, but it was more. You felt more isolated.
Mm-hmm.
You felt more, or at least I did when I was playing it. I felt more isolated. I felt more desperate. And thusly, I was a little more spooked in the first one because Isaac was. It felt more like me. I was Isaac, and then in the second one, Isaac became his own character, and 2 was still really good and really scary, but.
2 is
man,
also more of
something
an
about
action game.
Yeah, it was a little more action oriented, a lot more enemies and a lot more ammo. But the first one, part of the reason why I liked it so much was because Isaac was just this guy that you just felt like it was you, or at least it felt like it to me. Mm-hmm. And it was also one of my first PS3 games, so it was it was really dazzling at the time too.
Max, do you just play games with characters named Isaac in it? Like, I just realized.
Yeah, apparently I do. Yeah, lately. I'm
Wait till the end of Dead Space when you fight Mom. It's crazy.
That's when the game becomes a roguelike.
Yeah.
So lately it's been 50-50 Dead Space and Dark Souls. I've been playing that.
What?
Again. Yeah. So today, like I've been stuck in Deadburg forever, right? Okay, so I beat the Taurus demon for the first time today.
Yeah.
I fucking beat him. It took me forever, and then I died to like skeletons and the dragon on the bridge after, and I was like, I'm gonna turn this
That's
game off.
fine.
Good.
But I did it. I beat the Taurus demon. It's like I can do
proud of
it.
you for getting
So the
that
first
far.
Dark Souls.
Yes, the
Yeah.
very first Dark Souls. The Prepare to Die edition on Steam.
You're taking those
Specifically.
baby steps. That makes me happy.
It's fun. I'm
warms
digging it.
my heart.
I've recorded some of it today too, and like I recorded like my mic. I'm like, I don't know if this is gonna be funny, but I'll just record like an hour of gameplay and see if anything comes out of it. It seemed funny. I'm gonna edit it later and see.
You'll
what
have
it
like
is.
2 minutes of footage.
Yeah,
That's how it
Maybe
goes.
even
About 2
20
minutes.
hours, depending on how long it takes them.
Yeah.
Balogna call and all. Subscribe to Max's channel. He's got a
Maybe
channel.
I'll could be doing.
A lot more subscribers than our channel does.
Thank you.
And it's
For
existed a
saying
lot
that. I'm
longer.
just kidding. That's probably why. Or I mean, vice versa. It has more subs because it's long. It's been
Well, we
around
have
longer.
big,
That's it.
long ass
That's
videos
it.
too.
But you know who you should never subscribe to? Me, because I don't make content.
Don't do it.
My channel, I did start out doing Let's Plays, so I didn't have the short videos at first.
Yeah.
I did. I played Amnesia and Banjo-Kazooie.
Oh.
That's how I started.
I like Eric. You do have a recent video on your channel where you're playing Overwatch. I sat and watched
Oh, shit, I
that whole
haven't seen
thing.
that.
I don't even remember it.
Yeah, I watched that whole video close to when you uploaded it. It came up in my feed.
I gotta
so-
delete it.
No.
It's good. It's alright. I mean, there's nothing special about it, but
Now they know
Okay.
about it. You gotta delete it before
Nothing
they get
that's
to it.
special about your work, Eric.
I didn't mean it like that.
He's got a fun. Eric's got a fun Twitch Let's Play of fucking limo game where you spin around. Great game.
Turnabout.
Turnabout.
That was fun. And then some guy from high school bothered me half the fucking stream. And just be like, hey, remember me? I'm that guy you didn't like.
Oh my god.
And then I'm just like, yeah, I know.
While you were okay,
Yeah.
I've had trouble like streaming one time. Like there was this dude in the chat, and like I had like 10 people watching. It was like one of my bigger streams ever. Like I don't have much of a Twitch audience. I don't really, And so like I had 10 people watching, and this person was in the chat just giving me this shit. Oh, what are you fucking doing? This fucking, you didn't invite me into the game. I just had to like. It felt like I'd never had to like be a chat moderator in my life. I've never done that. I've just never like been that like on websites or anything. But like on that day, I had to like boot that dude out live, and I had to explain to people in the chat what just happened. Like that, I was like, sorry guys.
I don't want to
It happens.
stream.
People are
It
dicks.
sucks.
Stop being dicks, you fucking dicks.
You put me in a weird position. I didn't want to kick you out. You were fine before. Then you
I hope he's watching this.
You became a little Venus.
This is not anyone's fault but yours.
You became a little
You
Venus.
jerk.
It's your fault.
He's a nice guy over here. You fucked it up.
I was just playing Splatoon. I wasn't even playing ranked. I was playing normals. So like,
What are you, an Overwatch player? Because nobody plays ranked.
Hey, before when I said that we had a conversation before about like console and PC shooters. Splatoon, I prefer controller because you can't play PC. But still,
There
like
is no
controller,
PC, yeah.
exactly. But like I play very well on controller with that game.
Third
what I'm
person
saying, like,
shooters,
I'm used to control.
even though the controls are almost the same, for a third person shooter, I feel like it's more controller friendly than a first person shooter.
It incorporates
And
the
I don't know
gyro
why
too,
that
the
is.
thing.
It might just be a weird thing with me, but
Well,
I feel like even though it's like the same controls, it's like a third person shooter is like it'd be weirder for me. Like Skyrim, when I'm playing it on PC, I have to go to first person mode.
Okay.
When I'm playing on console, I prefer it in third person mode.
Huh.
I can do either way, but that's just how it ends up. Like my preference, that's just where it ends up.
I am,
Weird.
playing third-person shooters on PC is kind of weird for me like that. I feel like I don't have any data to back this up, obviously, but like I feel like I play slightly worse on third-person shooter games. I don't know why, but I'm not used
It's
to
different. It's
I think it's
very
because you
different.
have a distance away.
Yeah,
Maybe.
you have your distance.
I mean,
you're
like-
further away from your targets, and your own character's body is in the way, to a certain extent too.
Like the first like third-person shooter like I really played on Steam like for an extended amount of time was the third Saints Row. Saints Row the Third as it's known. And it
third
was just
of
you just it starts you out like in the building and you're like in the costume with the machine gun and it's just like so weird to like right click and zoom in and the camera be over the person's shoulder. Like it was totally weird for me.
It just doesn't seem
I
right.
totally didn't get it. Yeah, it's weird.
I'm reminded. The reason I never say Overwatch typically is because you can just assume I'm playing Overwatch every week.
That's fair.
But there was a difference I do want to mention. They added a character. There was a brand new character that was
Oh, I
released.
saw that. How do you like her?
She's not my playstyle, but I love that she's in the game. She is unique as fuck.
Oh, cool.
She is a support sniper, and what that means is if she shoots the enemy, it'll take their health. she snipes someone on your own team and it'll heal them.
That's crazy.
Ooh.
It's such
Sniping your own team. That's brilliant.
and then it'll heal them.
What
It's the most unique.
What an obvious
idea.
thing that's never been done.
Crap. That's
That
good.
feels-
I love
that feels-
it.
Yeah, that's great, man.
Good game, and now good updates. Now I'm happy with Overwatch, especially.
They're going to continue to
That's
have them. I think they're saying there's going to be some new maps later this year. And
Cool.
they're going to keep adding. I mean, this is going to be a game that's just going to get bigger over time.
Put in that story mode, Blizzard, and then I'll buy it.
It'll be a while, but
I'm going to buy it anyway. But it would be nice if they had a story mode. That would help.
damn, it's a good game. And now with another character, it kind of rebalances itself, and there's just so much to discuss.
It's really neat.
Rank sucks, but they know, and they're going to fix it next season.
Sure.
So, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I've been playing?
Ooh.
What?
A little game on the... Well, first of all, I beat Dante's Inferno. Fucking great.
Oh, good. Cool.
Great
That's
fucking
hot.
game. We talked about it in the last episode a little bit, so I won't talk about it too much. But awesome game.
Good devil.
Cliffhangery. I don't really have much more to say about it that I didn't say on the last episode. Great fucking game. It's a shame they had to copy God of War so fucking much, because that's what it'll be known as, the God of War copycat game.
Yeah.
But man, it's fucking fun. They copied it really well, and it was by the people who made Dead Space. Visceral.
Goddamn. Okay.
So then I beat that, and then I moved on to this little game on the PS3 called Blur. I get this racing itch every now and then. Every now and then I gotta play a fucking racing game for a
Me
while,
too.
and I just can't play anything else.
Rest in peace, studio that made Blur.
Yeah, but
Those last like 3 days for me. I'll play like racing games nonstop for 3 days and then stop.
yeah, and then I'm done with it. Or
like
sometimes
once a month.
Sometimes Rocket League will kind of satisfy that for me, because
Yes.
even though it's not racing, it's still. Oh no! Woo! What the fuck happened?
Now, how did that sound?
I have no fucking idea. I think maybe like is there a cable down
Oh,
here that I
did
hit
someone
with
step
my
on it?
foot? There was.
Oh shit!
There now well there's an extension.
How's Blur, John?
How is it?
Man, that was some close shit.
How
Well,
is Blur?
We're an
Is
action
it a
podcast.
Blur?
We can change our podcast genre to action and
I'll put an explosion there. On
action podcast.
Uh,
Really high budget podcast.
action podcast, episode 1.
Whoa!
What was I talking about? Oh yeah.
Blur.
It's kind of like a Need for Speed kind of racing game. Arcade feel, high fidelity, good looking graphics. But it has kart racing elements. It has the line of items that everyone drives through that regenerate, and there's a boost, and there's a mine, and there's a missile, and then there's 3 little missiles that don't do a lot of damage, and it's kind of like
Sounds like Sonic and All Stars, but like slightly more serious.
or like Mario Kart or any kart racing game. It's like a kart racing game mixed with like a Need for Speed game, and it's really fucking. It's the only game like it that I'm aware of that like really just purposefully combines those 2 worlds of racing game, and does it really well. It's a good game.
Good.
That was a Disney game, technically.
The drifting is a little weird. It's I'm still not, and that could be my fault because I take a while to adjust to a new racing game. It just takes me a while.
Drifting is a super important mechanic in racing games for me.
and I'm better at it. Like I'll play a track and I'll do terrible, and then I'll get like close to passing it, and then I'll play it a third time and I'll get first place. So whatever it is, it's very learnable. I just I'm
That's
slow
good.
with it. 'Cause
And this is Blur.
Blur, BLUR, for the PS3, and there's like you get different fans. That's like the way you like if you wreck other cars and you complete little challenges, then you get fans.
Sounds like
And
Grid a
that's how you
little
level
bit.
up. It is kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's
I
kind of
got
like
Grid on
Grid.
Steam. Grid's fun.
It has the same attitude as Grid.
Okay.
It has like a youthful kind of attitude. And
I might be having the games mixed up then. I think I have Grid and Blur mixed up.
it's possible to do that because Grid kind of looks the same and has the same feel.
Grid is
although
like street
Blur
racing,
is
I
also
guess,
different.
right?
Yeah,
It's
Blur
more
is like
Speed for-
it's like Most Wanted.
Okay.
It's like those games. That's what,
Okay.
They all kind of have the same feel,
Mm-hmm.
but Blur has that Mario Kart, that kart racing element thrown in.
I prefer
which is
that
really
to
neat.
realistic racing.
I do too.
I mean, I
do
grew
too.
up with both. I mean, I had like Mario Kart and stuff when I was little, and I had like my friends had Double Dash, and I played that all the time. But I also had, and I played this I put so many hours into this, I'm sure, when I was little. But I played Gran Turismo 3 all
I knew you were gonna
day.
say Gran
All
Turismo.
fucking
that
day.
game.
It's great.
I think I played 2,
loved
or
it.
I think I played 4. 4 was on the PS2,
Mm-hmm.
right?
I've only ever
The last one on the PS2.
4? Oh gosh, that was either PS3 or PS2.
Well, the
was
last
a PS2
one,
game.
I think it was the last one on
was
PS2, and I played the fuck out of it.
Great.
Yeah, Gran
It's really
Turismo. I that's about when I was
I
done
couldn't
with
get into
that.
Gran
though.
Turismo. It
That's
was
it.
just too
It's-
sim for me.
It's fucking
Yeah.
hard, and I
is
wouldn't do
hard.
it now. Like I
don't
don't
know
do
how I
Sims
spent
anymore.
time on it.
Yeah,
I,
I don't either.
wouldn't now.
I mean, I'll be real.
Back in
I
the
think
day,
I
it was
only
more
like
like
Burnout.
shocking that it existed.
Burnout's good.
Like back
Yeah.
then, like driving sims were just like
It's
they
pretty-
mesmerizing.
I will. I guess one of my criticisms about that game is that I think it's like too serious sometimes. Like there are races in Gran Turismo 3 that are like an hour long. Like come the fuck on. Like I'm a video gamer.
It's like so serious it almost loses a little bit of fun.
A little tiny bit. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna grind this race so I can afford this next car. I'm just gonna fucking race this tournament over and over again so I can buy this next car. There were moments like that later.
Yeah, Forza games are okay.
See, I never got to. I never played them. I wanted to play one that had Top Gear in it.
Xbox,
yeah, it's a Microsoft like competition.
They're system-selling games, man. A lot of people just play those games on their Xbox.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they're huge. They're huge. I remember when I worked at GameStop, that was like, it was like Call of Duty, Minecraft, you know, the big popular games, Skylanders was like selling all the time. And then under that, I was selling a lot of Forza Horizon. Like on the 360, like it's real.
There was
super
one
popular.
Forza specifically that was great because they had the Top Gear people, and they just commented over everything, and they were fucking stupid like they always are, and that was really entertaining.
What the fuck was that?
And now Top Gear's dead.
We fucking haunted.
That was like
The thing just dinged like someone flicked it.
I'm like, we aren't drinking beer out of cans. What was that noise?
It was this.
The ghost of the alcohol.
My monster can I sat over there. It got dinged. Or a ding got undinged.
I think it's maybe closed, so there's some pressure built up, maybe some tinging happening over
Like
there.
I said, ghosts.
Ghost is what
We
I'm
got
trying to
ghosts.
say.
Like, comment, and subscribe
For
if
ghosts.
it's ghosts.
Email us if you think it's ghosts.
If you don't think it's ghosts, send us a dislike.
Send us
That's a risky venture. That I
I
just
don't like
played.
that. I don't like that.
Let's
Subscribe
see
to
how
us.
this plays.
Let's do it.
So let's talk about the RNC for just a minute.
Oh, that's not video games.
Ooh,
That's
okay.
a weird place.
We talk about whatever the fuck we want. It's Memory Card Radio.
Memory
man.
Card Radio.
It's our show.
We
I
do whatever we
love
remember. That's the
men.
But did you guys watch? We watched a little bit. I got you. Eric got you too. It's all right.
I got.
RNC happened. Who was your favorite Republican boy?
My favorite charming man was Ted Cruz. I thought Ted Cruz... I
Knocked it out of the park,
fucking
man.
Don't care. Fuck Republicans.
They did you watch any of the RNC?
I'll go
No,
to hell.
I mean just a little bit while I was here that one day, but that was
Every
Domino's
night
does
had
not
a
endorse that
controversy.
opinion.
Every night had its own controversy. It was crazy. First night, Melania Trump gave a speech that was plagiarized from Michelle Obama,
and Twilight Sparkle.
and then the second night. Fuck happened the second night?
everyone just keeps fucking up.
Cruz.
It's great.
No, Ted Cruz was the third night.
I think the second I was mostly calm.
Yeah, the second night was kind of a sleeper, I guess. There wasn't a lot going on. Everyone was talking about the Melania Trump well into the second night. Or no, Chris Christie fucking got up there on the second night and got everyone just fucking enraged. It was like that whole crowd of people was just there. I'm sorry if there are some reasonable Republicans out there. I have to imagine that there are.
Absolutely.
Just statistically speaking, there must be some, but they weren't at this fucking thing, man. These people were screaming "lock her up," chanting "lock her up," referring to Hillary Clinton. And it's Chris Christie fucking doing it. Chris Christie's leading them all along. Chris Christie's constantly being investigated. He's constantly mired in controversy.
But he won't be as hardly if he diverts attention.
He's like the corrupt politician in a movie that's not about the politician, but like in a superhero movie or something. There's always like some corrupt politician somewhere. That's what the fuck Chris Christie is in real life. He's a true stereotypical corrupt politician that's just always in controversy. He's always being investigated, and he's always like he's just a couple layers away from direct blame, so he never quite gets caught. And he's sitting on stage fucking saying that same shit about Hillary Clinton, and the crowd ate it up, and it was a shit fest.
The crowd also cheered the fact that we don't like. Not all Muslims are good. Yeah. What?
Republicans make no fucking sense, man. They'll say in one breath, we need to be inclusive and we need to include our gay brothers and sisters and our black people and Latinos, and then in the same fucking breath, they'll oppose things like, bathroom legislation to let transgender people go to the bathroom wherever they fucking want. Like, they'll oppose that vehemently. So they don't give a shit.
Can I just make one controversial last statement about the RNC?
Really get your
I
name out
love
there. Really
the
be the devil's
way
advocate.
that
To be
Trump
fair.
said LGBTQ.
What did he say?
He fucked up those letters.
LGBTQ?
Yeah.
Did he leave out the T?
Yeah. And he
left
also
out A for
said it like it
asexual.
was a punchline of a joke.
To be fair, there's a lot of letters, and Trump is not He's not a letter guy.
To be fair, it's on a teleprompter. He could fucking read it.
That's true.
And he said it more than once.
He did a lot. He gave the speech the final night, last night, and I thought he did a good job in his bubble of republicanism, in his bubble of ignorance, and in his bubble of fucking just controversial shit. He did a great job.
Good boy.
I'd put all those qualifiers before I give him a compliment.
You know, that's absolutely fair. You know,
it's his world he's created.
Yeah, man.
And he's, you know, the media keeps saying he's going to pivot to the center and he's going to start, you know, acting like a centrist. It's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. He would have done it by now.
I don't agree with Trump on anything, but we should build a wall and we should fucking discriminate against everyone who's not white and American.
Man, if he wins, we're going to have to build a wall.
I agree with him.
We're going to have to build a wall to keep people in if he fucking wins. So many people are fucking
build a wall to keep people in.
Right, yeah. People are going to be like, God, I'm going to Mexico.
I want like a great wall of China, except it's literally separating white people from everyone else.
And
Donald Trump just wants a wall to be up to keep people in because he knows people want to leave. That's what it is.
He doesn't want them to go because he loves them.
I don't know, man.
Because he loves us all. He's our papa.
If you don't think Trump can win the election, and you saw that, I don't know what the fuck's wrong with you.
Donald Trump is my dad.
He can absolutely win.
I don't think the speech did what you think he did. I don't disagree with you. Not because of that speech. He can win because Hillary is a terrible candidate, and we should have nominated Mr. Sanders, and we fucked that up. Not our state though. We voted for Bernie. Listen, this is why who you're going to vote for come election cycle.
I'll vote for Hillary.
No,
I'm with her.
No, I'm not telling you to do
begrudgingly so.
You vote.
I heard she's a woman.
With your heart, and you write me in. America, I'm running for president.
I'm with him.
I'm gonna give you video game.
That was a weird pause.
I'm gonna vote for the rapper Kevin Gates because he has 2 phones.
That ain't bad.
I have a news story I want to talk about.
Oh, and Scott Baio's a fucking retard as well, apparently.
Who was he before? Like, who the fuck is Scott Baio?
I don't remember. He was something in the fucking 90s. He's on some fucking sitcom or something. He said Obama's a Muslim. He knows it, and this woman was like, "So why? What makes you think that?" And he said, "I know it in my heart."
Okay. It's okay. As Stephen Colbert says, it's his truthy.
Right, it's truthiness.
This is why I can't.
It's truthiness.
I can't talk too much about RNC because I feel like it talks for itself half the time. It's just like I can't make a joke at material that's already funny. It's just
yeah. I mean, it is its own punchline. It's hard to make fun of it. It's
and that's the problem that sucks with Democrats is that we can't because all we can do is point and be like. I mean, what needs to be said?
I mean, yeah, look at it.
You know, that happens a lot with, like, almost everything that happens in politics. Remember when the fucking binder thing was going on with Mitt Romney?
Binderful!
It was already funny. I didn't give a fuck when people were making extra jokes about it. I'm like, it's already funny. I'm already laughing at it. I'm not laughing at your extra joke about the thing that happened.
The wall is a punchline that people happen to like.
Right, well, jokes against the wall are never going to be, like, that funny.
The wall on its own.
It's self-hilarious. Like, that's not real, right?
I really hope we have a new Pink Floyd rise up in America.
That'd be nice.
And just make the wall.
Oh my god!
God damn it!
You should have thought about that a little more. You should have left that joke in the oven a little bit longer.
A little bit longer.
You gotta let that.
When taking it out, you should have put a toothpick in it and see if it's goopy inside.
That shit wasn't done.
No, you should have taken it out.
That's a goopy ass joke.
I got a news story concerning video gaming that I gotta tell you all.
We've been drinking. We have to be annoying.
I don't drink.
I've been trying to stay innocent with you. Wow.
I'm drunk.
You can't do that shit to me.
Here's the deal.
My name is Donald Drunk.
There was a movie announcement.
Donald Drunk.
They're making a live-action Pokemon movie, and it's different than what you think it's gonna be.
It's Pokemon with polka.
They're making
Pokemon.
The Detective Pikachu movie is happening, and it's live action, which means there's a chance of Danny DeVito as Pikachu. Come on!
I
want
it. Go see it.
Pikachu! I want it! No,
hey, it's Pikachu down here.
Here's the thing about Detective Pikachu.
Pikachu!
English. He can speak. So
you pile of garbage.
DeVito, I want Danny DeVito.
Undershock. I'm better with that.
God damn it!
Where the hell are you going, ass? Pika!
Why'd you pick Growl? Thundershock actually does damage.
This could be the best fucking movie ever made. Come on, Danny DeVito!
Like he's just climbing in a giant Pokeball.
Danny DeVito is Pikachu, and Ash is Michael Cera. We need someone really timid to be
I would like
opposite
that.
The loud, annoying Pikachu.
What the fuck is Michael Cera doing now?
don't know.
Indie movie.
Has he done anything since This Is the End? That was the last time I
saw a
him,
movie with him in a cactus and it was great.
I was going to say, I was about to drop that. That is called Crystal Fairy.
Yeah, him and a cactus, or him in a cactus?
It's a movie about...
So it's starring Michael Cera.
It's a very good movie.
Cactus Boy.
The movie's called Crystal Fairy. It's on Netflix. I think it's called like Crystal Fairy and the Magical Cactus.
Is it a Netflix movie?
I don't know.
No,
it is on Netflix.
It's not. It's an independent movie.
Anyway, so like it's about this dude that Michael Cera plays, and like he's got like shaggy hair, and I guess he's like
he's
where
really
are they like
anxious.
like Chile or something? They're in Chile,
Yeah.
and it doesn't really explain why. He's just in Chile with his friends, who are you can hear in their accents that they're Chilish.
Chilean.
Chilish. No, I wanted to say Chilish because it sounded awful.
That's
like
offense.
Anyway, so like
That's
they're down there
offense.
and they want to like go on this trip to the beach and like bring this like psychedelic cactus called San Pedro with them. And so like the first part of the movie is them looking for it, and the dudes are kind of chill and they don't give a fuck about it. They just want to go to the beach. But Michael Cera's character is fucking obsessed. He's like, no, we gotta get this fucking cactus, dude. I'm gonna steal this from this woman's yard. And so like, and it's just this. And there's like a character change with him later. It's great.
Wow.
Watch it.
Max, you
Watch
need to
it.
see Swiss Army Man. Like, you really
I
do.
should.
I know you'll like it.
It looks weird as fuck, and I want to see it.
It's
The Swiss.
Swiss Army Man is probably the best movie I saw this year,
The
and
Swiss.
I know it's made for
I don't know where I was going with it. I started it before I had a destination in mind.
I'm starting a show, The Swiss.
If you
and
like
that's gonna be
weird
the theme song.
fucking movies, you're not going to get weirder than that.
You know,
I
a
feel
really
like-
good fucking Netflix
I
movie.
want to see it.
Netflix exclusive movie is the new Pee Wee Herman movie.
Oh,
Shit,
God
I need to watch that.
damn
not
it.
new anymore. It's been out
It's
for a while.
great. It's
Good.
fabulous. It's the newest Pee Wee movie, I should
I'm a
say.
big fan of Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. I'm a big fan of The Playhouse. Like, it's such a good show.
It's
I love
the
that show.
best movie since the. I mean, it's not as good as the original movie, I guess. Because I mean, how can you beat that?
It's a throwback.
Like-
but I mean, it's
so good.
fucking it's damn close.
it's also way
It's damn
darker.
close.
It is way more adult.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like it is a movie that couldn't have been made the same.
It's
The
been
first one
long
was pretty
enough.
adulted.
Paul Rubens is older. I mean, I think that's what I would want out of it.
But
out
he
of a movie
looks
this much later.
He looks and sounds perfect.
That's
and it's,
good.
And it's I think there's some.
I've always liked
prosthetic
Paul
makeup.
Rubens. I mean, despite
Yeah,
the
me
whole
too.
like weird porno theater thing, like that
Okay.
not even that crazy.
Hold on.
It's really not.
Crazy idea. If you're going to go to a porno theater, I don't understand what the fuck you're expected to do.
Well, right. That's why. It's
And this
like
is
not
before
that-
internet porn, all right? A lot of people did this back then, okay?
We all-
And it was fucking weird, but a lot of people did it. You can't just. I
It was
mean,
him. He was going in private and getting rid of
If
getting his.
masturbation-
porn
is-
wasn't right here back
if
then.
masturbation
you had to
is
go
a
get it.
fucking crime, then every single person watching this is already in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
Not
a
that
shame.
I've ever done it.
He was just he was a kid show star, so it just looked weird.
Xhamster.com, memory card radio sponsor.
We talk about modern shit like the Pee Wee Herman scandal on our fucking podcast.
Hey, you guys hear about the Lorena Bobbitt thing? from 20 years ago?
But yeah,
Or longer.
I feel like it's such an ineffective.
Tina Turner. Let me talk about this bitch.
Man, fucking.
Why is
Mitt
it that
Romney.
his career was ruined, but Bill Cosby made it all the way, and he was like a serial rapist?
He got found out too late. He got to do the fun stuff before he got
So
caught.
did Michael Jackson. It was
Fun
always
stuff.
talked about,
Like being
but we
famous is what I
officially
mean.
Oh,
found
okay,
it out.
okay.
That's
I thought you were talking about the rape.
No, being famous. He got to be rich and well.
I mean, I'm sure that was fun to him, but that's rape.
Not what I meant.
Bad. I'm
Rape
glad
is
you
not
clarified.
funny, but it is hilarious when you say that Bill Cosby.
Stop the sentence.
No, I gotta.
There
fix
shouldn't
it.
be a but. It should really.
I was
no
hoping you were going to
but.
say like rape isn't that funny.
Rape
And that
is,
should be, that's the end of it.
rape is not funny, but the fact that fucking Bill Cosby was that awful.
If you're
of a
listening
human
to the
being.
audio version on mopcast.com, make sure to go to youtube.com/memorycardradio, watch the video version, and subscribe to our channel. We're above the bottom button.
Would you go to subscribe to the YouTube? Whoa!
We're above the bottom button.
I'm so glad Mr. Rogers was pure.
Yes,
Like if
thanks,
Mr.
fuck.
Rogers,
As far as we know, we don't know. We don't know, man.
We know.
Shit.
You
We
don't
didn't
know.
know about Bill Cosby until we knew.
People are dark. They
I'm
got-
gonna live in a fucking bubble and say he's okay.
You don't know until you know.
Here's the thing about shit like that. The really crazy people that are really good at what they do don't get fucking caught.
Boom. So, Mr. Rogers, you mean?
Take a look around.
So you mean Mr.
Odds are, everyone you see is a rapist.
Odds are.
You know, when you say that in this room, that's implying that Max and I are
2 out of
rapists.
3 people are rapists.
Yeah. Actually, 100%.
Look, my face is that of a child's right now. I can't be a rapist. I'm too young.
I thought I was trying so hard to get us off rape. Here we are again.
Oh.
Anyway, if you're listening to the audio version, go to mopcast.com. Or if you're watching the video version, go to mopcast.com, watch the other podcasts. We have some other people that do podcasts that we are on the same network with. They do podcasts too, and it's good to listen to them.
2 out of 3 of those shows.
Odds are, they're all about rape.
So there's this podcast that's all about Bill Cosby on the network.
The Cosby Corner.
where every episode is about an episode of the Cosby Show. They analyze it.
Episode?
It's going downhill real
I'm
quick.
This off fucking right.
Downhill real quick.
The fucking video game news. There's a new Sonic game being announced today.
Oh shit!
At 9 o'clock, there is a stream on Twitch for the new Sonic game.
I can't wait for you guys to tell me in Facebook chat what happens.
We might do live commentary on that.
I won't.
bullshit.
I couldn't give 2 fucks about Sonic.
I'm pumped about that. Actually, let's do our topic first before I get into that.
Let's.
Our topic is rape. No, I'm just kidding. It's
Like we're at 36 minutes. Can we not?
Reboots.
Get it away!
Reboots that we want to see happen that probably won't.
I feel like we've had this talk before.
I think we did too, but it was a long time ago, and I don't count.
My
I
answer's
don't
gonna say
think
the
the
same.
probably won't clause was attached last time we talked about it, so we could distinguish that as a separate.
Yeah, like obscure games that you have very little faith in being rebooted,
Maybe something
but
that-
you would like to see
that
it.
it's been
Same
so
answer.
long that there's no way that even like,
Or there's just no like demand for it.
or the company doesn't exist. Any
Right,
reason,
whatever
I guess.
reason.
Okay.
I'll start. And it's an obvious one for me. If you listen to me very often on the show, I bring this game up as often as I can, Medieval. And it's crazy because the Medieval on PS1, kind of a fantasy RPG action game, it was rebooted already on the PSP, and it was awesome. But it's been so long since then. Actually, you know what?
But it's on the
I'd be
Universal
fine-
Media Disc.
I'd be fine with it's on the UMD. And I downloaded it on my Vita, and I have the PS1 on my Vita and the reboot on my Vita. And I go back and forth from the two.
There we go.
And they're fucking God, what a great fucking game. I know I wear that game out, but that is one of my favorite games of all time.
Nice.
Easily.
It's a good game.
Also, I was gonna say Toe Jam and Earl, but there's a reboot of that happening.
Wow.
It got
Yeah.
kickstarted, and it's like apparently relatively close to being done. It's just been kind of happening under the surface. Not a lot of people are talking about it, but
Shit.
that's happening. And I don't know if there's any gameplay or anything out yet of it, but the guys that are doing it are real jazzed about it, and they're out there on social media. If you look for them, you can find them. I don't know if they're still doing donations, but check that out because that's happening.
Nice.
And another reboot that I think I would like to see, but probably won't happen, would be Overkill on the PS1.
What's that?
It's an isometric shooting game that had very little story, but for whatever reason, I just found it completely charming at the time. And it was maybe because it was my first M-rated game that, like, my parents were like, "You're not allowed to play this." And when they would be gone at work, I'm not a fucking idiot. I'm like, I'm not an idiot. They're gone. I know how to turn on the PlayStation. I play it when they're not at home. Because Dad would own M-rated games.
Sorry, Mom and Dad.
They don't care anymore.
That's how I played Quake when I was little. My dad had Quake on the N64. It was his only game,
Right.
but he had Quake, and he kept it on top of some fucking shit, and I'd climb up there and get it and play.
Which begs a question, like, do our parents, like, do they think we're stupid and we don't know how to turn on game systems when they're not at home? Or do
I
they
don't know.
just not care that much?
I think it's a matter of, like, there are games that your parents want you to play, but they know they could never let you do it.
Yeah.
So they just leave it available for you to find.
Yeah.
It's like
So they don't want to feel bad about it.
They
Like,
do-
it's
yeah.
like-
if
They-
you play it and it fucks your life
Here's an
up, and you
example.
found it.
They want to be detached from
I don't
whatever.
plan on being a dad, but if I was a dad, I want
You're going to be
them,
a dad.
I want them to see RoboCop,
Gonna
right?
He's
Yeah.
I'm gonna be the mom.
Okay, so I would want them to see RoboCop.
That's why you're peeing all the time. You're pregnant.
What's up?
Never mind.
No, go ahead.
I would want some. I just expected an interruption based off of our previous experience.
No, go. I won't say a fucking word. I'm like a mouse. that makes no noise on
I'm
Christmas
gonna
Eve.
put RoboCop on the floor, and they can pick it up and say, "I'm gonna see a fucking movie." I'd be like, "No, you're in trouble," but they saw it, and the damage was done. I'd want them to have that damage.
So, what about you? What's some reboots you would like to
What do you
have
want to
and
see,
see?
man? What's up, man?
I said this last time. I'll say it again. Legacy of Kain, baby.
That's a really good
okay.
one.
You
Absolutely.
need Legacy of Kain. But if I'm gonna add shit to that list, I want 8 Sonic reboots.
I would like to see them just say, Sonic the Hedgehog, we're going to try this again. And
That was
we're gonna,
called Sonic 06.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. Try it again. Try the reboot again. and we're just not gonna fucking overthink it, and we're not gonna fucking dump a bunch of money into it. We're just gonna have fun.
I want the opposite. I want them to fucking fully embrace the fact that Sonic is the worst fucking thing on the planet, and I want them to make a game.
Here's what I think.
I want them to make a game which is nothing but chili dogs and fucking awful references and just Amy and the worst elements, and that's all it is.
I think Sonic needs to be made by another company
That's ridiculous.
and see what happens.
Get the fucking
That
people
was
that
Sonic
made Freedom
Boom.
Planet.
God damn it!
Sonic Boom was made by ex-developers of Naughty Dog.
From a good company, then.
Don't get some fucking people who have shit to prove. You know, get some
Right.
indie people. Get the people that made Freedom Planet.
There's
Somebody
something in
that
me that
has something to
says,
prove.
if there's a company that can make good games and they try to make a Sonic game, surely they can
just-
make at least a passable one.
I
If
just
a good
don't see
company
why
tries.
we need a
think?
good Sonic game.
Sonic is just the IP itself is cursed. I think.
There's also kind of there's a hate train thing. It's at the
Let's
point.
just let Sonic have 3 good games and leave it there and fucking just say, okay, we fucked it up enough. Let's just let it breathe a little
At this
bit.
point, even if they did do a good one, it still wouldn't be received very fairly because it's at this phase where there's a hate train. You know what I mean? Sometimes if you give an excellent game to people, it'll get a bunch of 6s and 7s because just the mood.
Mega
you know, and
64 said it best.
That's hard to
yeah,
control.
unfortunately, I hate it, but they did. They really did.
Which is
it's fucked.
every single fucking game, and we're all gonna say it tomorrow. I'm not, because I fucking hate Sonic in general. But, like, everyone is gonna be like, okay, Sonic's gonna be good at... They're going back to the original formula. This time, things will change. And even if it is, it's probably not that great, but we're gonna put it in elevator. Generations, in retrospect, is not that good of a game.
It's like a
I
6.5, 7 out of 10.
It's an
probably, yeah.
okay game. The fact that it's okay made it feel awesome.
Why the fuck
Compared
does
to the bad
anyone
ones, yeah.
want an okay game? It's just a fucking brand.
I want an okay. I mean, if it wasn't Sonic, I still would have. I mean,
Freedom Planet
it was an okay game. I
has
like
all the
okay games.
elements that's good about Sonic, and it does its own thing. And you don't fucking wish it was another Sonic game. You say, "Thank God, this is great."
Freedom Planet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But fucking I don't. Sonic, by basic what it is a '90s thing.
Yeah.
It is a little fucking fast rodent wearing sneakers.
It's a '90s thing, and it's a middle finger to Nintendo that is no longer necessary.
It had
that's
3 great
It was them
games.
saying, "Hey, you guys are a bunch of fucking dorks. Look how cool we are." That's not necessary anymore. Sega's out of the console market. It's
Yeah.
that passion, that meaning. That's no longer there.
And there's
so.
no lore that people care about. There's nothing fucking original about Sonic that people gravitate to. It's just the fucking console wars
Except-
that no one can get over.
Knuckles is
That's
the
all
only
it is.
kid I know of in gaming, I will say.
Sure.
He's the only one.
But like,
who the fuck
do
puts
you
in a kid in that
identify with Knuckles as a character? Is that a character that you want a fucking
I'm really weak
franchise
and I
out of?
lose fights.
Yeah.
I've never gotten
He's
in a
also
fight before.
dumb. That's
You'd be
his
surprised
thing.
what you're capable of when you're pushed to the limit.
Probably.
I've been in
I'm,
some fights.
I just
weird.
want the fucking
I get
Sega
red
team.
hot, boy.
If they do make a new Sonic, I hope they get the soundtrack people who made the one for Sonic Adventure 2. Because that game is terrible, the soundtrack's hilarious, and I love it.
They should bring Michael Jackson back for Sonic.
Nah,
So what about you, Max? What's some reboots you looking for?
Oh
That you
man,
don't
I
think
would
I
like
just
to see,
realized
that
and like,
scares me.
and definitely, I apologize if there's like totally there is one, and I just don't know about it because I'm dumb. But I would love to see another Zombies Ate My Neighbors game.
no, there isn't.
Ooh,
That would
Right.
be fucking awesome.
There's only one. You're right.
that
Yeah.
would be, and there's
That'd
a
be
lot
killer.
of people. I'd buy
Everyone
that.
likes it. Everyone likes it.
Yeah, everyone
It's fun
likes
as fuck. It's
I
great.
wonder who owns the rights to that.
I have no idea.
Who made the
I
original
am-
game? Do you know?
I have no fucking clue.
Great game though.
I know he's right.
That's something that I feel like the odds are low at this point, but I could see that happening at some point down the road because
I mean, at least maybe some indie developers doing another 2D one. That'd be great. I would
Just
buy it.
kick-
or a
started.
spiritual successor like Bloodstain, you know, like how Bloodstain is the Castlevania.
I'd probably pay
Sure,
like
sure.
$20 for a new Zombies Ate My Neighbors, maybe 30
Right.
at the most. And that's for like, a really short, 2D side scroller
I got
shooter
another
little
one.
game,
I got another one. You ready for this?
Yeah, dude.
Earthworm Jim.
That'd be a great
Okay.
one.
Get Doug Tenapple on it. Pay him whatever the fuck he needs. Get him because I mean he's the guy, you know. And just fucking. You wouldn't even. That's one that you could totally break away from the regular format. Like if you make another Sonic game, it probably needs to be a side-scrolling game, or it's not going to feel right. You could make an Earthworm Jim game that's 3D and get away with it, and it could be good as long as it has that personality and that character, and he's shooting crows, and there's the crazy dog, and he whips his head out. Like as long as you have those key things, and you get the right voice actor, and it's animated well, I think you could make that 3D. In fact, there's an Earthworm Jim 3 on the N64, which is in 3D, and it's okay.
Never played that.
It's not great, but it's okay. You know, it's an N64 game. You know, polygons were new. But if you were to do that with like Unreal Engine 4 or some shit,
yeah,
there's a game there.
That'd be neat.
Yeah, you could totally that could work. That could absolutely make it real shooting focused. You know, yeah, that could be cool.
This isn't a game, but I want a reboot for Sega, and the reason I want it is because
Sega as a whole.
Well, hear me out.
Sega 2.
I want a Dreamcast situation, pretty much.
You want a console?
Well, like, it's not so much the console, it's just they used to have all these fucking... Like, the Dreamcast is probably one of my favorite consoles ever made. Like, every fucking Sega game that was on it is fucking great, amazing. I mean, I'm not saying they're all perfect, but they're weird. They're fucking
Dreamcast games.
They're unique.
Right.
They're
it's the most unique Sega system other than the Genesis.
I want that feeling back. And I realized with Yakuza, like, the reason I'm so attached to it is because I got it. I got that feeling for one series. I want those games back to give me that feel. I want my fucking Jet Set Radio feel or Space Channel 5 feel or a Shenmue. Just like
so, you're saying you want like a
again.
Collection.
I want them to take their old IPs, maybe bring them back out.
They still have them.
Either bring them back out,
Sega All-Stars fighting game.
Either bring those back out, or say let's be creative again. Because that's where people fucking loved us, and we haven't been doing that for a while. We have one great series, and it's not that popular in the West, unfortunately. But
Which one?
The Yakuza.
Oh yeah.
Like fucking that's
like
one.
A good modern series.
They have one great series that feels Dreamcast like in terms of creativity and enjoyment in making the game.
The Shenmue.
Shenmue is kickstarted. That's not a Sega game.
But it's but it's Shenmue.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying, like I want fun in my games again. I want a fucking company that has fun making it.
I got so much junk that I haven't unloaded. There's an unboxing that I recorded of Senran Kagura Estival Versus on the PS4. And
is that Titty Ninjas?
Yeah, Titty Ninjas 2, basically. And I recorded it, and it looks really pretty. I don't know if you guys saw, I did an unboxing for Corpse Party a long time ago, and I did it on with the black and everything, and it looks really neat, and like it turned out really nice. And I did the same thing with that, but for some reason I completely fucking forgot. And every time I'm pulling shit off the camera, I forget it's on there, and I never pull it off. One of these days I'm just gonna do it, but so it just sits on there, and I don't want to delete it.
I do that constantly,
but I don't remember to pull it off. So.
And you'll want to record something else with your camera, and you'll be like going back to look at what you just recorded, and then go back one too many and see like, oh, there's a whole project in this camera that I haven't.
Right.
It's just there.
And I'm managing like 3 YouTube channels, and I'm gonna start a political YouTube channel too. I think.
Do it.
Where I'm not on it. It's just voiceover. Anyway, another reboot that I think would be fun is Primal Rage.
Oh.
It was. We're gonna do a video of playing this game at some point. We didn't do it before,
but it's Midway.
Yeah, it's Midway. It's very good, Max. It's another one of these. It's
so condescending.
It's an obscure fact.
The only reason he knows is because we were playing the fucking collection.
Oh well, yeah, probably.
But that was the Midway collection.
There we go. My piece of knowledge that I knew has now been devalued because of Eric telling me why I know it. So,
I tried to give him a compliment, but that was too fucking condescending, I guess. Fuck me.
I ain't condescended, Max.
I'm not descended.
If Max knows something, it's for a stupid reason, and if John compliments him, it's condescending. Fuck everyone.
Like when you're in high school and your friend's like, "Hey man, do you listen to Eric?" Eric was.
I play the fifth.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you like the song Cliffs of Dover? It's like you only fucking know it because of Guitar Hero 3, you piece of shit. You don't listen to real music. You just listen. You play PlayStation.
You jackass.
I was fucking looking at it the other day.
I know. I'm just giving you a hard time.
And it just became way worse sounding than I realized.
No, it's all good.
You're fired.
What's coming out? I want to fucking wrap up my...
Primal Rage would be one of the big ones because... And I thought they were doing it when I first saw footage for Killer Instinct that came out with the Xbox One.
There's like
I thought when I first saw it, I was like, oh my god, they're fucking animals in a fighting game. I swear this looks like Primal Rage. Nope.
I think there's a shitty version of it called Primal Carnage that came out.
I thought that was going to be that too, but that's not. It's totally different. That's more like Evolve or something. God damn it, there's always fucking something. this damn cat out of here.
So, speaking of Evolve, that's free to play, Max. Are you not playing it? I hope not.
I can't say I'm playing Evolve.
Good.
But I'm definitely playing Orion Prelude. I'm not playing that.
You can't. You physically can't no more.
Well, that sucks. Even if you bought it, I haven't tried
If you bought it, you have.
Okay.
But if you didn't, you can't.
I have a feeling the user base is going to decline because of these reasons.
What makes you think that a game that cannot make a sale would fucking have a good community?
Yeah. I didn't even buy it. My friend bought it for me. So, then we never played it. Like,
hey John, what's coming out? Any games?
New games come out this week.
You're gonna give me a paper cut.
Not a lot of them caught my attention this time, but there were a few. Galgun.
Yes.
I'm fucking ready.
I want to
coming out on PS4.
Let's do it.
Hodai, a typically incompetent high school boy, when it comes to matters of the heart, accidentally eats a full power Cupid shot and becomes insanely popular with the ladies at his academy. However, having an entire lifetime's sex appeal condensed into one day is not without its problems.
So what Galgun
STDs comes out August 2nd.
It's a railgun shooter where you shoot girls and they have orgasms.
Wow.
Galgun. Japan, I love you. Every now and then, this is what I love about PlayStation. Every now and then, and it's happening more lately for some reason, but it's usually a handful of times a year, some bizarre fucking game comes out of Japan, and it's fucking fun, and it's a nice distraction from serious games.
Dumb question. Why the fuck do we have Galgun 2 coming out, but I still don't know if Yakuza 6 coming out?
Good question. Figure it out, Japan.
Galgun's an easy game to make because they base it on my life, and I just tell them what happened, and they make the game.
On the name.
We're grabbing the mic a lot this episode.
Yeah, I've done it twice now.
Yet to grab it.
I haven't done it. Well, you grabbed it earlier. Well, no, you didn't grab it, but you got off on it.
I can't because this is in the way, and it deters me.
I Am Setsuna on PS4 and PC. Inspired by Chrono Trigger, I Am Setsuna is an homage. I keep wanting to say homage when I say that.
Me too.
It's homage. Oh. It's like when I see I see hyperbole, and I want to say hyperbole. Mm-hmm. It's fucking hyperbole is what it looks like.
Yeah.
Nope.
Hyperbole. It's fucked up.
It is fucked up. Inspired by Chrono Trigger, I Am Setsuna is an homage to the JRPG masterpiece of yesteryear. Yeah. Journey with Setsuna as she prepares to make the ultimate sacrifice to save the people of her land.
Chrono Trigger is great,
good.
So I'm down.
It's got like a 60 on Metacritic for some reason, but
yeah, it's a smaller project.
Right.
Apparently, it's because it's all in the same place. Like visually, you don't see a lot of change, but it's fine. It's been so long for a traditional turn-based RPG.
I'm ready for that.
Honestly.
I never got tired of that. I never I don't know where all this demand comes from for the turn-based shit to go away and everything to turn into real-time action. I like turn-based. I like having both.
I recommend the Final Fantasy series.
Right, yeah.
Like turn-based RPG.
Well, that's turning into action now.
Well, it's completely action.
I mean, like Pokemon, dude. Pokemon is still...
That's true, yeah. Pokemon...
Like, why is everyone ignoring that Pokemon?
No one's complaining about Pokemon.
Soaring, flying colors with this turn-based.
Because Go ain't turn-based.
Oh, shit.
Go is real... Yeah, Go is weird.
Even the combat isn't turn-based. It's slashes. And...
10-Second Ninja.
That's true. But at least Pokemon X and Y were...
That's true. 10-Second Ninja for Xbox One. Everyone's talking about this fucking game.
10-Second Ninja.
Everyone's talking about 10-Second Ninja.
I've heard
is that a
so
new game?
much.
10-Second Ninja.
I'm sure it isn't.
X. It's I think it's like a re-release. It's a re-release. It's a hardcore side scroller. You're the ninja. There are robots. You've got 10 seconds to destroy them all. Get 3-star rankings. Climb leaderboards. Discover secrets and stop Captain Greatbeard.
I'll be real. This sounds like it isn't my game.
It sounds like I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know. I don't know a lot about it. And another one that I didn't get on the list, but I happen to know is coming soon. Rise of the Tomb Raider on PS4.
Oh, that was October.
It's not that far. I don't know. Maybe it is, but that's coming.
October.
But that's
July,
that's not this week. I'm going to be talking about that a lot.
Gonna have
as it
VR
gets
support,
closer.
by the way.
Really interesting.
So
Tomb Raider.
You can pretend you're a woman.
The thing that's cool is it's going to have all the DLC. It's going to have this extra like horde mode with zombies that you can do co-op online with friends. That's going to be... I love shit like that. I love horde modes. And it's going to have some other shit too. I can't quite recall at this time. But like a lot of the DLC, it's going to have an art book. It's going to be awesome on PS4. And I bought it on PC at full fucking price when it launched. Still haven't beaten it. I've played it a little bit on this channel. I'll play more of it later. But that game is awesome.
How would you compare it to the comparison game?
To Uncharted 4?
Yeah. In
a lot of ways, it's better.
Okay.
I know it's kind of a cop-out to say they're hard to compare, but they kind of are, even though they're real similar genres. Mm-hmm. They feel really different. And I think I like the feeling of the Tomb Raider games better.
Good.
The Tomb Raider reboot and this game took Uncharted, and usually when you're in the position where you have something to prove, you end up doing better. And Uncharted doesn't have anything to prove. Naughty Dog could take a shit and put it in a DVD case and sell it for $60, and people would give it 9 out of 10.
Which is what they did.
And, well, I mean, Uncharted 4 it's good. They didn't improve on it enough. They didn't change enough. They didn't update it enough. It's the same fucking formula as Uncharted 1 and 2, more or less, very small amounts of changes with better graphics. And there's nothing wrong with that, but Tomb Raider has something to prove, because they're going up against Uncharted. So Tomb Raider has it's just a better, darker game with better characters, deeper characters, better story. More. There's RPG elements. You upgrade your melee attacks. You upgrade your fucking weapons. You don't do any of that in Uncharted. You don't get you don't replace the stock of a shotgun in Uncharted to reduce recoil. You don't do that, but you do that in the new Tomb Raider games. Or you don't. You do whatever you want. You don't improve your maximum health. You don't improve your armor. You don't improve your sights on guns. You don't do any of that in Uncharted games. But you have all that in these two new Tomb Raider games. So, I mean, Uncharted, I don't want to say they shit the bed, because it's still, Uncharted 4 is a good game, and there's nothing technically wrong with it, but it was lazy. It feels lazy compared to the new Tomb Raider games. I'm trying to be really careful about it, because I like both. Mm-hmm. But, man, the Tomb Raider games are giving Uncharted a run for their fucking money, and I don't think Naughty Dog cares, because, like you said, no one fucking calls them on it.
Everywhere. Yeah.
No one calls them on it. They get 10s, they make a ton of money. What incentive do they have to put a bunch of fucking effort into the next Uncharted game? They don't have any. Whereas Tomb Raider is like, oh, you're doing the Uncharted thing, and so they have to kind of prove themselves. And because of that, they end up actually kind of doing better in a lot of ways.
I think there's a psychological principle at play here, where it's like, this happened in skateboarding a lot, like past few decades. So like Tony Hawk lands the 900, which is this like amazing trick, like everyone fucking knew about it. It was all over television. It was a big, huge deal. But after this dude lands it, and like no one else in the world can, now there's like kids doing 1080s and shit in Chile. Like it's about someone has to do it
and
first
Tony Hawk
and set
just
a precedent.
kind of coasts
right
for the rest of his life.
Yeah, but it's not even that the 900 was the hardest trick ever. There's like kids that can do it.
He was just the one that did it first.
Exactly. Yeah. So I think it's like Uncharted sets this precedent. Like games can be this good, and you can probably make it better. But that's up to you to make a game better than this. And then Tomb Raider's like, I will.
That's an astute observation.
Boom. There's a name for that psychological principle. Don't know what it's called.
It's called the Uncharted effect.
There is a name for that. You're right.
Yeah, I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, it's a thing. But
it's inspiring.
And Tony Hawk is still great.
Yes, he is absolutely.
And but his game was too.
There's a video of him doing a 900 that got uploaded like really recently. He's like 40 something now, and he like did it again. It took him a few tries.
Right.
The thing people forget about Tony Hawk is that his son is a professional skateboarder.
Yeah.
So when you want to feel old, just remember that.
Yeah. I'm an old man. I remember his son was a professional skateboarder like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
I remember like when I was like a senior in high school, I learned Tony Hawk's son was like 13 or 14 and was a pro skater. And I was like, fuck. This kid's a fucking like sophomore in high school, younger than me.
I feel this old when I'm like young as shit.
I don't know.
Like, I'm 24. I'm not that old, but I feel fucking ancient.
I'm getting into like rap a lot lately, and I'm learning that like a lot of famous rappers are like 18 years old.
Yeah, that one guy who was Young Lean.
Young Lean is pretty young. Chief Keef, even more popular than him. Chief Keef's like 18 or 19 years old. He's huge. Like I worked at Shoe Department, and like no one shut the fuck up about Keef Chief.
My bad.
Keef Chief.
Anyway, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, do some shit, interact with us.
Do all.
Leave a comment. You can email us, memorycardradio@gmail.com. It's down at the bottom.
Comment Talk to us on my lack of goatee. Do you approve? If you don't, it doesn't matter.
Tell him his fucking face looks like a scrotum.
Yeah, tell him.
Put Eric on.
You don't have to mean it, but
keep him on his heels, keep him on his toes, keep him on his feet, keep him moving around.
Yeah, just check it out. Really put the firecrackers under his feet. Really get some dance moves going.
Put that shit in his feet.
put them in his shoes, put
We're
them in his socks.
above the bottom button.
Comment on the fact that I have a feminine sitting pose.
I have that same pose. It's okay.
That I sit with my legs crossed, like ultra crossed, all the time. It's not uncomfortable for my penis.
You might have to adjust your undercarriage.
Look, this...
And here's the thing, my penis
fine.
is like really big and it's still fine. So they say it's bad for guys, and I'm saying
just put your penis in your pocket. Just wrap it. You can wrap it around your leg and just put it in your pocket. It's not a big deal.
if
just
you
push it back in and have it come out your butt.
Exactly. Tuck it from behind, and then you don't have to worry about it.
Get that wee around your knee.
It's the balls you gotta worry about.
If you squeeze your butt cheeks, your penis won't come out of it. And you'll be fine.
Offensive slur.
I don't know if we should put that up.
Oh. We're doing more?
I like it.
I used all of my energy up until the last second of the show. I have nothing for the end of the show.
I don't either.
That's just kidding.
I'm not.
I'm not aware of what we were doing.
I'm a mommy, no.
Spay and neuter your roommates.
Almost hit it. One of these days I'm going to hit it right in the lens. It's going to look real cool.
One day.
This is a... Oh!